Welcome back to your yoga mat. So today we are going to do a quick session just to do first thing in the morning, so you don't need to necessarily step onto your yoga mat for this. You can even do it in the luxury of your own bed. So we're going to start lying down, and we're going to start with the legs bent, soles of the feet to the floor. If you want your legs to be supported, take your feet a little bit wider and then just allow your knees to collapse in. Slightly press your lower back down to the ground. I'm just going to try and get the pelvis, the spine, into as much of a neutral position as possible. Roll the shoulders down and away from your ears. You can either have your eyes closed or eyes open, whatever feels comfortable. We're just going to start off by just noticing our breath. We're going to change the way that we're breathing at all. It's going to take this as an opportunity to check in with ourselves at the start of our day. Notice if we're breathing deeply or breathing shallow. And then you're just going to try and bring a little bit more balance into your breathing. So on your next exhale, I want you to count the length of your exhale and then just match your inhale. So maybe you're breathing in for 3, out for 3. Just make it nice and comfortable, nice and achievable. So maybe if you originally counted for 4 and it feels a little bit more like effort, then just drop a number off. And as you breathe, try and breathe into every corner of the body. And just notice maybe you've woken up with a stiff neck, maybe your back feels a bit tight. Not here to cast any sort of judgments. Again, it's just a chance to check in on the body, see how we feel, see what's going on. I'm just going to hold it here for another 3 breaths. Keeping that quality of the breath as you breathe. Breathing into those areas that feel a little bit more restricted. So if you took your feet wide after your next exhale, you're slowly going to shuffle your feet back in line with the hips. We're all going to slide our legs out straight, point the toes, reach the arms up and over the body. First of all, I want you to make yourself as tall as you possibly can. So really point the toes, stretch the arms up and away. Keep the shoulders, the back of the head down on the ground as we stretch. We're then going to take it into a side stretch. You're going to grab hold of that left wrist and you're going to pull it all the way over to the right. Again, keep the shoulders down on the ground. As you next inhale, breathe into that left-hand side. Feel that space that you're creating. And then slowly come all the way back to center. Grab hold of the right wrist, come all the way back to center and pull it over to the left. Find that stretch down the opposite side. Lovely. Come all the way back to center. Send your arms out to the side. Make a T shape with the upper body. Ideally have it so your palms are facing up. We're going to re-bend the legs and then we're going to take it into our spinal twist. So you're going to kick your feet off the floor, knees are in line with the hips. Nice and slowly we're going to drop the knees over to the right. So again, we're just trying to ease into our body this morning, so we don't need to necessarily come into the biggest forms of these poses. It's just an opportunity to slowly wake the body up, create a little bit of movement. Try and connect our breath with our movements. Keep that throughout the rest of the day. So maybe have your hands out or take your right hand on top of your left knee and left thigh. Apply a little bit of pressure. As you breathe, bring that balance back, matching the length of the inhale and the exhale. And then try and direct the breath to the outside, well, to the left side, that open space. To create a little bit more opening, stretch through the intercostal muscles. Allow those shoulders to fall nice and heavy to the floor. And with your head, you can look wherever feels comfortable. We're just going to hold it here for another 3 breaths. Remember, wherever you feel that restriction, try and use your breath, breathe into those areas as we allow those muscles to ease. As you next exhale, release the right hand if you haven't already. You're going to slowly come back to center. Check, make sure your knees are still in line with the hips, and then when you're ready, you're going to drop the knees over to the left. Try not to draw the knees too close towards the chest, so ideally the knees stay in line with the hip. If you want to use your left hand, do so. Again, as you breathe, direct the breath into the open side of the body. See if we can create a little bit more space, a little bit more opening. Nice steady inhales and exhales as you breathe. And we're just going to hold it here for another 2 breaths. Lovely, release that left hand, slowly come back to center, soles of the feet to the floor. You're going to come into your reclining cobbler, so just allow your knees to drop out to the sides. Arms can stay out, maybe bring the arms alongside you or rest your hands on top of your belly, whatever feels comfortable. All we're trying to do here is open through the hips. So again, try not to force your body into a situation that it doesn't really want to be in. It's still early on, this is the first chance to move your body today. So if you have any tightness in the hips or maybe across the front of the knees, just slide your feet further away from you. Again, bring it back to your breath. So you try and allow the muscles in the hips to switch off, just so we can get a little bit deeper to the tendons, the ligaments. And we're just going to hold it here for another 3 breaths. Again, breathing into every corner of the body. Filling yourself up with breath. Before you exhale, allow yourself to release and relax. Use your hands if you wish. You're going to take the hands to the outside of the thighs. Slowly bring your knees together and then bring the knees into the chest. Hands on top of the shins. We're going to start by rocking from side to side. So this movement can be as big or as small as you wish. You just massage through the lower back. We're then going to massage up and down the spine. So you can either keep the hands where they are. I like to take mine behind the back of the knees. And we're just going to rock. So lead with the chest. You're going to rock 3 or 4 times. And then when you're ready, come up into a seated position. Drop the hands down to the ground. Kick the legs behind you. We're going to just take it into our child pose. So hands are shoulder width apart. Big toes together, knees out wide. We're going to drop it all the way down into our child pose. Press your palms down into the ground, and then with your next exhale, just see if you can allow your chest to sink through your arms. Rest your forehead down onto the ground. So we're just lengthening through the spine. So try and press your bum towards your heels. Doesn't matter if they touch or not. As you inhale, feel that back line of the body rise, and with every exhale, just allow yourself to soften. We're going to hold it here for 3 more breaths. And then after that next exhale, just nice and slowly press, come all the way back to all fours. So we're just going to come into our final position, cat and cow. This is the best way to get the vertebrae, the spine moving. So when you're ready, chin to chest, press the whole spine up towards the sky. And then as you next exhale, drop the hips, pull the heart forward. Move at your own rhythm. Link the movement to your breath. So as you exhale, come into that rounded spine. As you inhale, slightly try and pull the chest through your arms, lift the chin. Perfect. Once you've linked the 2 together, I want you to then try and slow the breathing down and therefore slow the movement down. Four more rounds all the way through. Perfect. 2 more left. When you next come into that cow position, I want you to slowly bring your knees together. Sit down into a low kneeling position. If this is uncomfortable, sit in a cross-legged position. So just some really simple stretches to start you off the day. So hope you enjoyed those. Go grab a coffee, go grab a tea, go slay the day. See you later.